Hey guys, welcome back to the Manchester Christian Church Student Ministry video blog. And we're actually starting our Christmas series today, which I'm very excited about because Christmas is one of my favorite times of the year. It's not necessarily about the presents, although presents are nice. It's really about the traditions that I've grown up with. My family is really close, and we have all these traditions that I really enjoy a lot. And one of them, I don't know how it got started, whether it's my grandma just like puzzles or whatever, but it's putting together jigsaw puzzles. Now, I know some of you probably don't like puzzles because you think they're boring, but let me assure you, putting together a puzzle with my family is not boring at all. I come from a great family, a little bit crazy, but a great family, and every year around Christmas, my dad goes out and buys a big jigsaw puzzle. It has like 2,000, 3,000 pieces in it, and we work together to put together. And we stay up late, we listen to Christmas music, and we just kind of spend time together as a family. It's very one of the things that I remember about putting together these puzzles is that you always want to be the person that puts that last piece in. I don't know what it is. You've been working all together, you've been putting thousands of pieces together, but there's something about that last piece that just completes that puzzle. It's just so right. One year, and only 1 year, we were putting together a puzzle. We were up late into the night. It was about 1 a.m, and we got to that last piece, and we couldn't find it anywhere. And of course, everyone's blaming other people, putting it in their pocket, or accidentally throwing it away, or whatever. We looked and looked, couldn't find it. Next morning, we wake up. Grandpa comes out. He has it in his pocket. He had gone to bed at like 10 o'clock, had it in his pocket, left. He had the last pieces. He just put it right in. Like, thanks, Grandpa. Thanks a ton for doing that. Puzzles are great. Sometimes, though, you get a piece and you just can't find where it fits. You just kind of you get frustrated. You think that's from a different puzzle. Maybe it got mixed in at the factory or whatever. You get frustrated because one of these pieces just doesn't seem to fit. Now, the piece of Christmas that talks about Jesus being born and, being the Savior and all that stuff, that doesn't necessarily seem to fit with what we view Christmas as now either. Well, the way that Christmas is that Jesus being born, that's what Christmas is about celebrating. And we celebrate that because it signifies a turning of a new page where we no longer are slaves to sin. We're no longer... But what it really happens now is that we have this puzzle, this view of Christmas that's presents and shopping and malls and Santa Claus and picking out trees and decorating and all that stuff. And the piece of Jesus doesn't seem to fit that puzzle. Now, when Jesus was born, it was the same way. Herod was the king over the region where Jesus was born. In the region of Judah, in the town of Bethlehem, where Jesus was born, Herod was the king over that. Now, Herod had this puzzle that he was trying to put together for 35 years, the kingdom of Judah, with him as the centerpiece of that. One day, Herod's being king, 3 wise men come to the door. 3 magi come to the door. He opens up the door, and they come in. They're like, "So where's the king of the Jews?" And Herod's like, "I'm right here. I'm the king of the Jews." And they're like, No. We read a prophecy that said that in the town of Bethlehem, there would be a baby would be born, and we've been following a star that we're wise men, we know these things. I don't know how they know, but there's a star that is leading us to the king of the Jews. And Herod's like, "I am the king of the Jews. I can't believe these guys think that some baby being born right now is going to be king over me." And so Herod's thought up a plan. He's like, "Okay, you know what? Go ahead, go find, this baby. When you find him, come tell me. I want to go worship this new king of the Jews. I want him." But really what Herod wanted to do was he wanted to get rid of Jesus because he's like, "I am the king. I am the king." And so the wise men went. They found baby Jesus. They worshipped him. But when they left, they didn't go back to Herod because they're wise men. They knew these things. They knew that Herod was plotting something. And so instead of going back to Herod, they took off. Now, Herod's sitting there and waiting for these wise men to come back and tell him where baby Jesus was. They never came back. And so he got really frustrated, and so he just said, "You know what? That's it. I'm going to kill all the babies under the age of 2 because no one's going to take my throne from me. I am the king of the Jews, not this new baby Messiah, Jesus, whatever." So he sent his guys out to kill him. God told Mary and Joseph, "Get Jesus, get out of here, because Herod's going to try to kill your son." They packed up their stuff. They went back to Egypt for a couple of years. Then God told them again, he's like, "Okay, it's time. You can go back now. The guy that was trying to kill Jesus is dead. You're safe to go back." So they went back. And that's how the story of Jesus began. Not glorious, not in a palace, in a kingdom. This is God. This is the Son of God being born on earth. He wasn't born with in a palace and great stuff going on. He was born in a stable with cows and sheep, smelly stuff. And that's where he was born. And they had to flee. As soon as he was born, they had to pack up their things and go back to Egypt and hide out in Egypt for a couple years because someone was trying to kill him. So Herod had this idea of what the puzzle was going to look like. And when Jesus was born, it didn't fit that piece of the puzzle. But what Herod needed to do was he needed to let go of that piece that he'd been holding on to for so long, with him as the center of this puzzle. He needed to get rid of that piece and seek God and find the right piece. The right piece that would fit that puzzle. Well, actually, these pieces fit together. That's amazing. And I have a couple corner pieces, so I'm in good shape. But Herod was not in good shape because he wasn't willing to let go of that piece that he'd been holding on to for so long to get the right pieces for the puzzle. One of the things that we need to learn how to do is let go of that piece that we've been holding on to for so long, so that we can accept the piece that God's giving us that completes this puzzle. If we're willing to let go of that piece, God is going to complete our puzzle. Herod wasn't willing to let go of that piece, and so instead of gaining a completed puzzle, he actually lost his life. He died. And if we're not willing to let go of that piece, we're going to miss this awesome picture that God has for us, this awesome plan that God has for us, if we're not willing to let go of that piece. There's a girl in the youth group actually that I was talking to that this year her family's not doing presents. They just don't have money to do it. And it was really hard for her to let go of that piece of the puzzle, that present piece. But when she did let go of it, she realized that maybe God has something more than just presents for Christmas for her. And so she's looking for that piece that's going to complete that puzzle. And she's letting go of that piece that doesn't fit. And maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe we need to let go of that piece that we've been holding on to for so long. Just like Herod, holding on to that piece. We need to let go of it. And maybe we'll find what God's trying to show us in Christmas.